Good evening, viewers. You're watching 7 at 7, the only news bulletin where I curate the day's top 7 stories for our viewers. I'm Preeti Choudhary, and these are the headlines. Satyendar Owaisi hits out after Delhi police FIR against him for alleged hate speech. Owaisi says the FIR doesn't specify the crime. Nupur Sharma, Naveen Jindal, Sabha Naqvi also booked. No relief for Satyendar Jain in money laundering case. ED gets Delhi minister's custody till Monday. Satyendar denies all charges, says no links to cash on gold seizures. Is now defended by Kapil Sibal.
भी कहते सर आपके घर पे सर सोना मिलने की बात भी कही जा रही है आपके सहयोगियों से.
Cops confirm India Today news break. Gangster Lawrence Bishnoi is the mastermind who plotted Musawala's murder. Accused who supplied weapons to the killer arrested. Poll panel announces the schedule for president elections, voting on 18th July and counting on the 21st of July. Next president of India will be sworn in on the 25th of July. Karnataka textbook war gets bigger. Congress stages protest outside assembly. DK Shivakumar says Bombay government must roll back saffronized textbooks or protest will not stop. All right, viewers, the big fallout of what went down with the suspension of two BJP spokesperson, Naveen Jindal and Nupur Sharma. The latest coming out of that, the Delhi police, in an attempt to crack down on hate mongers, have booked several people for hate speech. After BJP spokesperson Nupur Sharma and Naveen Jindal, AIMIM chief Satyendar Owaisi has also been named and booked over promoting enmity between religious groups. Owaisi has now reacted to the FIR against him. He claims the FIR does not specify the nature of the crime he is accused of, nor have his specific remarks been added to the complaint. Swami Narsinghanand, in fact, Yati Narsinghanand's name has also been mentioned in the FIR. The FIR is against several individuals cutting across religions. Nupur and Naveen Jindal have been booked in connection to the controversial remarks against Prophet Muhammad. They are charged for spreading hateful messages, inciting groups and creating an atmosphere of communal discontent. Journalist Sabha Naqvi has also been named in the FIR for comparing a shivling to the Bhabha Atomic Research Center. Cops are investigating roles of several people in sharing false information on social media.
इस वक्त हम मौजूद हैं पार्लियामेंट स्ट्रीट थाने के बाहर, जहां पर जब ये खबर बाहर आई कि ओवैसी के खिलाफ भी FIR है, जो FIR दिल्ली पुलिस इफ्तो की तरफ से की गई है, उसमें ओवैसी का भी नाम है, तो यहां पर AIMIM के कार्यकर्ता है जिन्हें डिटेन करके ले जाया गया. और अब देखिए जो एक दो कार्यकर्ता थे जिनका कहना था कि वो लीगल सेल से हैं, उन्हें यहां पुलिस डिटेन करके ले जा रही है और वो यहां से जाने के लिए तैयार नहीं थे, जिसके बाद पुलिस की टीम यहां पर पहुंची और डिटेन करके आप देख सकते हैं उन्हें थाने के अंदर ले जाया जा रहा है. यहां पर मौजूद इस शख्स का कहना था कि तकरीबन 40 से 50 के बीच कार्यकर्ता यहां पर पहुंचे थे, जिन्हें पुलिस ने डिटेन कर लिया और दूसरी जगह पे ले गए. आप देख सकते हैं यहां पर पार्लियामेंट स्ट्रीट थाने के बाहर हम मौजूद हैं और लगातार जब यहां पर जब कर्मी पहुंचे थे तो उन्होंने यहां पर यहां पर उन्हें डिटेन किया गया है. पुलिस की भारी तैनाती पार्लियामेंट स्ट्रीट थाने के बाहर मौजूद है.
सिर्फ वो एक धरना करने यहाँ पर आए हैं, अपना संवैधानिक अधिकार है उसको जो है इस्तेमाल करने आए हैं और अपना गुस्सा एंगल दिखाने आए हैं, और वो ऐसी जगह पर करने आए हैं जहाँ धरने ही के लिए ये जगह जंतर मंतर मशहूर है और देश के संविधान की जो है ये बैकबोन है यहाँ. और यहाँ से अगर पुलिस जो है वो डिटेन करके ले जाती है सिर्फ इसलिए कि उनको जो है यहाँ पर धरना करने आए थे, तो ये मैं मानता हूँ कि बेइंतहा गैर जिम्मेदाराना हरकत है ये दिल्ली पुलिस की, और हम अब आगे जो है कार्रवाई करेंगे लीगल. जी, जो
उसने भूल की नूपुर ने कि पार्टी लाइन और नीति जो होती है उससे बाहर प्रवक्ता नहीं जा सकता, तो हमारी पार्टी किसी के लिए नफरत भरी भाषा बोलने के लिए कभी भी कोई स्वतंत्रता नहीं देती. अब जो आगे चिंता का विषय आ गया है कि उसके सिर पे 1 करोड़ का इनाम, तो मैं देख रही थी झूठों से जैसे उसका फोटो रौंदा जा रहा है और जिस तरह से उसको धमकियां मिल रही हैं, इस पे तो हिंदू और मुस्लिम दोनों समुदाय के मुख्य लोगों को इस पूरे कृत्य की निंदा करनी चाहिए।
जो वर्ल्ड वाइड इंडिया का इमेज खराब हुआ है बिकॉज ऑफ नुपुर एंड दैट मिस्टर जिंदल, उसको डाइल्यूट करने का प्रयत्न कर रही है, क्योंकि वर्ल्ड वाइड इंडिया का छवि खराब हुआ, कई देशों के सामने राजदूतों को झाड़ पड़ी है, तो उसको ये डाइल्यूट करने का प्रयत्न कर रहे हैं। लेकिन देश समझ रहा है कि जिस धार्मिक उन्माद को लेकर के भाजपा अपने राजनीतिक चमकाने का प्रयत्न करती है, उससे देश को बहुत नुकसान पहुंचा है।
इस देश में जो टेररिज्म बढ़ने जा रहा है या धमकियां मिल रही है, उसके लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी जिम्मेदार है। बीजेपी की जो प्रवक्ता है भारतीय जनता पार्टी है, तो देश का माहौल बिगाड़ना चाहती है, दो धर्मों में झगड़े लगाना चाहती है, लेकिन इस हद तक गया कि प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद पैगंबर के ऊपर भी इस प्रकार की टिप्पणी की गई, तो पूरा विश्व में जो इस्लामिक कंट्रीज है, जो उनको मानने वाले लोग हैं, वो आहत में आ गए हैं।
Viewers, I'm going to cut across right now to my colleague Amit Bhardwaj, because one of the main reasons that you saw the protest at the Parliament Street Police Station by the AIMIM supporters was the reason given that on what charges has AIMIM Chief Asauddin Owaisi been booked. He hasn't even seen the FIR. What is the reason that he finds himself booked for a hate speech? Amit, Asauddin Owaisi maintains that what is the reason on which he finds his name in an FIR? He still hasn't seen the FIR copy as yet. What are the cops saying?
Well, Preeti, as we know for a matter of fact that this particular FIR has been registered by the IFSO unit of the Delhi police. Now, it's a very detailed statement that has come from the Delhi police itself. And as per that statement, what we have learnt is that, the FIR has not been registered because of one particular instance or one particular hate speech or misinformation that has been spread on the social media platforms. The FIR says that, in a way, Delhi police has tracked down and profiled certain individuals who have been gotten into habit of spreading misinformation, spreading information which could have, affected the peace and tranquility of the society, and this was happening in the digital space and also had the potentials of impacting the social fabric.
Particular statement, it's about multiple speeches as per or multiple statements given by Asauddin Owaisi that finds him booked under hate speech. Why hasn't the FIR copy been made available in this, Amit? And on the other hand, Sabah Naqvi has been booked for what? For retweeting a tweet? Is that the reason?
Well, Preeti, 32 individuals have been named in this particular FIR that we are talking about. These sections are very clear, 153 to 95, 505. All these sections, for the layman's understanding, all these sections eventually boil down to the fact that any individual who indulges in an activity which could disrupt peace and tranquility, religious peace and tranquility, can affect the communal harmony of the society, could be booked under these sections. Now, all 32 individuals, including Asad Owaisi, journalist and political commentator Sabah Naqvi, along with controversial individuals such as Yati Narsingha Nand, all these people have been booked under the same FIR, under these sections, and which eventually means that their tweets or their, comments on the social space, on the digital space, had the potential of disrupting social harmony, communal harmony of the society, and eventually affecting the social fabric of the country. These are the allegations that has been put by the Delhi police. Now, clearly there will be questions from these individuals as to why such a sweeping FIR was registered, because generally what we see that complaints are filed, and in those complaints specific acts of criminal acts or a violation of the law are pointed out in the complaints, and on the basis of that complaint FIRs are registered. So clearly people like Asad Owaisi would rightfully ask the question as to what is their exact crime under which this FIR has been registered. But as I said in the beginning, Preeti, that it's a long list of comments made on the digital space which has led to the
Amit,
FIR.
Appreciate you joining us for the latest updates. We're going to come back to you for more on that. Till now, Asauddin Owaisi, other than a tweet, is not speaking out. He says he wants to see the FIR copy before he actually gives out a statement. Let's cut across now to the other big developing story. Big breakthroughs coming in Sidhu Moosawala's murder case. Here's more.
Over 10 days since the murder of Sidhu Moosewala, details are now emerging of how the cold-blooded daylight killing was plotted. And under pressure, Punjab police is now identifying and arrested all those who were involved in the murder conspiracy of the young singer. After the Delhi Police Special Cell confirmed that dreaded gangster Lawrence Bishnoi was the mastermind of the killing, two big arrests could prove to be the biggest breakthrough in the case yet. The first arrest is of Saurabh Mahakal, a shooter who's been arrested by the Pune police. Mahakal is a key member of the Lawrence Bishnoi syndicate, and sources have told India Today that he was in touch with Moosewala shooters. In fact, according to the police, he helped find the assassins and financing for the murder plot and provided all help, including weapons and logistical support to the shooters.
इसमें एक आदमी जो डेफिनेट हमें था कि ये शूटर का बड़ा क्लोज लिंक्ड एसोसिएट है, जिसको शूटर का पता है, जिसको शूटर के साथ इसने पहले काम किया है, इन्होंने वारदातों को अंजाम दिया है, लॉरेंस के कहने पे इन्होंने काम कर रखा है और वारदातों को अंजाम कर रखा है। तो उसको कल महाराष्ट्र पुलिस ने उनका अपना एक इम्पोर्टेंट केस था लास्ट ईयर का मर्डर केस, उसमें मकोका भी लगा हुआ है, उस केस में अरेस्ट किया।
The other big arrest in the case is of Keshav, a sharpshooter who was involved in the murder conspiracy. Kekra, the gangster who was seen outside Moosewala's residence on May 29 and tipped off shooters, was arrested a few days ago. And Keshav was seen with this gangster on the day of the murder. Kekra helped Keshav conduct a recce of Moosewala's house in nearby areas on May 29. Keshav is accused of also arranging weapons for the killers, and his associate has also been arrested by the cops.
All these pictures on your screens are the main accused in this particular case. Out of these 8, 2 have been arrested so far. Let's get you those details. Subhash Banuda, one of the shooters, one of the assassins of Sidhu Moosewala, is still absconding. Saurabh Mahakal was arrested yesterday, so that's a big breakthrough for the police. He's someone who's a history sheeter and has faced cases before as well.
Punjab police is hunting for 6 sharpshooters besides equal number of other suspects who are wanted in singer Sidhu Moosewala's murder case. The police is now conducting raids at various places to nab these people who are wanted in the murder case. The raids are being conducted at various places in Punjab besides the neighboring states of Punjab, Maharashtra and Rajasthan.
The Moosewala murder files are slowly being unraveled to show the elaborate murder plot hatched by some of the most dreaded gangsters in the country. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, viewers, after the exclusive interview right here on India Today by Swapna Suresh, a huge storm blowing in Kerala, massive protest growing against the incumbent chief minister. The firestorm over Swapna Suresh's revelation in the Kerala gold scam is exploding. Kerala MLA and former minister K.T. Jalil approached the police seeking a probe into the alleged conspiracy behind the fresh allegations leveled against Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan and his family. Meanwhile, police registered a case against Swapna Suresh in the complaint of Jalil. The opposition is stepping up the heat against Vijayan. The Congress carried out many protests.
Adi Shivshankarne kondupovam. Accused 6 Swapna Suresh aanu. Pinne Swapna Sureshne kondupovam. Accused 7th aaya Sarithine oru intimation illade egere thooki edutha vandi ketti kondupovan pattum. Pazhaya oru case aanennaanu avaru parayunnathu. Police pazhaya edu case life mission aanu vigilance anneshicchondirikkunnathu. Life mission allade vigilance vera oru summons o notice o thannitilla. Let them prove. Appo vigilance aaranu? Vigilance il irikkunna officers aaru parayunnadanu anusarikkunnathu. ആര് പറയുന്നത്? എന്തുകൊണ്ട് ഇന്ന് രാവിലെ എന്തുകൊണ്ട് വീട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് തട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടുപോയില്ല? എന്തുകൊണ്ട് വീട്ടിലുള്ളവരെ അറിയിക്കാൻ സമ്മതിച്ചില്ല? എന്തിന് മൊബൈൽ സ്വിച്ച് ഓഫ് ചെയ്തു? മൊബൈൽ ബെല്ലടിക്കായിരുന്നു, എടുക്കാൻ സമ്മതിച്ചിട്ടില്ല, ഇപ്പൊ സ്വിച്ച് ഓഫ് ആണ്. ഈ തട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടുപോയ
I don't understand why he approaches the police. And if he approaches the police only on the presumption is very simple that the Home Department has been governed by the Chief Minister, who is the chamcha of Jalil. What are the evidences with him to prove that, at least to suggest that there is a conspiracy between Swapna Suresh, BJP and opposition?
ഈ മഹാപ്രളയം പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ ഞാൻ ഈ നൂറ്റാണ്ടിലെ ആ പ്രളയത്തിന്റെ കുത്തൊഴുക്കിനെ കൂടി കവച്ചു വെക്കത്തക്ക രീതിയിലായിരുന്നില്ലേ കഴിഞ്ഞ തെരഞ്ഞെടുപ്പിൽ ഈ സർക്കാരിനെ അപകീർത്തിപ്പെടുത്താനുള്ള വലിയ നുണ പ്രചാരവേലകൾ എന്തെല്ലാം ഏതെല്ലാം തട്ടിക്കൂട്ടി ഈ സർക്കാരിനെതിരെ പടച്ചുണ്ടാക്കി. LDF വീണ്ടും അധികാരത്തിൽ വരാൻ കാരണം ജനങ്ങൾ നെഞ്ചു തൊട്ട് പറഞ്ഞു, ഇത് ഞങ്ങളുടെ സർക്കാരാണ്, ഞങ്ങളോടൊപ്പം നിന്ന സർക്കാരാണ്, തുടരുന്നത് അതേ നയമാണ്. അവരവരുടെ നയം തുടരും കേട്ടോ, അത് നടക്കട്ടെ, അത് പല രീതിയിൽ നടക്കും, നമ്മൾ കണ്ടതാണല്ലോ.
Against the allegation made by Swapna Suresh and against the conspiracy, it is led by Mr. Preeti Choudhary with Swapna Suresh. Already given the petition and they will take action. I expect that.
Sir, there's a serious allegation saying that...
No serious allegation. These are the allegations. Those are continuing for the last 2 years in the state. Baseless allegations. This is a BJP conspiracy. BJP and UDF, they are trying to tarnish the existing LDF government.
All right, viewers, the poll bugle has been sounded to elect the next president of India. Well, what we are expecting, it would be on the 25th of July where India would have its next president. The election to choose the next president of India will be held, though, on July 18th. As President Ramnath Kovind's 5-year term ends on July 24th, the Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar announced the election dates to choose the next president of India. Voting will be held on July 18th and the result will be announced on the 21st of July. The last day for filing nominations will be the 29th of June. The president is elected by the members of the Electoral College, consisting of elected members of both houses of parliament and elected members of the legislative assemblies of all states, including the National Capital Territory of Delhi and the Union Territory of Puducherry.
So the notification would be on 15th June, that is Wednesday. Last date for making the nomination would be 29th June, that is Wednesday. Date for scrutiny of nominations would be 30th June, that is Thursday. Last date for withdrawal of candidature would be Saturday, that is 2nd of July 2022. And date on which a poll shall, if necessary, be taken is 18th of July 2022. That happens to be Monday. Thereafter, we collect all the ballot boxes and bring it back to Delhi. And date on which counting, if required, shall be taken and result declared, that would be 21/7/2022. Well in advance, then the 24th of July, the date of last date of the Honorable President being in the office.
All right, because the heat is on Delhi Health Minister Satyendar Jain. No respite. He roped in Kapil Sibal to fight his case, but the ED has custody of Satyendar Jain till Monday. He also today said the assets worth over 1.7 crores unearthed by the CBI should not be probed by the ED. Jain's lawyer, Kapil Sibal, argued in the court that the ED has no jurisdiction to probe the matter. He also said that central agencies are twisting facts, that Jain dissed all claims and said all the charges against him are baseless. All of this after the central agency recovered 2 crore cash and 2 kilograms of gold from his residence. The ED claimed that the total movable assets were seized from an unexplained source. Delhi minister's arrest comes on the heels of an investigation that goes back to 2015, where ED alleged Satyendar Jain was involved in Hawala transactions with a Kolkata-based company.
ED ने रेड भी किया था सर आपके घर पे?
वो तो चाहते थे कि 5 दिन की कस्टडी मिले, लेकिन कोर्ट ने तमाम जो फैक्ट्स है और जो सर्कमस्टांसेस है उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए 4 दिन की कस्टडी दी है। और चूंकि ईडी केसेस में कस्टडी 14 दिन की कस्टडी मैक्सिमम कस्टडी प्रोवाइड कर सकती है कोर्ट, तो 9 दिन की कस्टडी ऑलरेडी उनको मिल गई थी। फर्दर 4 दिन की जो है कस्टडी मिली है। मंडे को चूंकि हमने अपनी बेल एप्लीकेशन आज मूव कर दी है, मंडे को वी होपफुल की बेल पे सुनवाई शुरू हो जाएगी।
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, प्रश्न है आपसे, इतना सब कुछ होने के बाद भी आखिर क्या मजबूरी है आप सत्येंद्र जैन को अभी तक अपने मंत्रिमंडल में रखे हुए हो? क्यों नहीं उनको बर्खास्त करते? क्यों नहीं उनको अपने मंत्रिमंडल से निकालते? क्योंकि साफ नजर आ रहा है कि जो तार हैं वो आपके कार्यालय और आपके घर तक वो तार पहुंचते हैं। अगर आपने उनको बर्खास्त किया तो सत्येंद्र जैन कहीं आपकी पोल ना उगल दे।
केजरीवाल जी की क्या मजबूरी है कि वो सत्येंद्र जैन जो उनके प्रिय मंत्री हैं उनको बिना पोर्टफोलियो के भी मंत्रिमंडल में रखे हुए हैं। और केजरीवाल जी तो कहते थे हमें कोई अगर करप्शन की वीडियो भी देगा, ऑडियो भी देगा तो हम उसके खिलाफ कार्रवाई करते हैं। और उन्होंने दिखाने के लिए करी भी, दिल्ली में भी एक मंत्री के साथ किया और पंजाब में भी किया। तो क्या ये दिखावटी बातें थी? अब जब उनके खास मंत्री के ऊपर बात आ गई है तो उसके लिए वो मंत्रिमंडल के उन्होंने मंत्रालय ले लिए लेकिन मंत्री बनाए रखा है।
All right, viewers, the national capital has always struggled with air, basic air, with massive air pollution. The NCR region, infamous for being one of the most polluted cities in the world. But there are two concerns for the residents of New Delhi. One is the air pollution and the other is the brutal heat wave. With the IMD predicting that there will be no respite until the heat at least on where June 15th is concerned, the pollution situation is considered to be more critical during the winter months starting October. However, studies have now confirmed that air quality index after the residents will affect the residents throughout the year and not only during winters. India Today has accessed the 5-year daily and monthly data to analyze. The situation has gone from bad to worse even during the summer months. The study shows that 2020 was the only year when Delhi recorded just 2 days of good air quality in many years. Where we bust certain claims masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp groups. Now, there is a claim floating about on various social media platforms suggesting that English cricketer Moeen Ali threatened to boycott the IPL over Nupur Sharma's comments. Well, incorrect factually. Moeen Ali is not on Twitter, and this is a fabricated statement making the rounds of social media. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of 7 at 7.